Hey, what's up guys? I welcome you to JavaScript tutorial video series. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about the differences between var, let and const keywords in JavaScript when it comes to the variable declaration. Then I will demonstrate you through example program for the better understanding. Now let us discuss the differences between var, let and const. When it comes to the var keyword, it can be redeclared. When it comes to the let and const, it cannot be redeclared. What do I mean to say? It can be redeclared and let and const cannot be redeclared. Let me show you this. So here we go. I have my basic boilerplate here in the main.js. As I said, var keyword can be redeclared, whereas the let and const cannot be redeclared. So I'm going to use var as a keyword. Let me say name as a variable. I'm going to name them as Ranjan. So this is the initial declaration, right? Again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to redeclare that variable name into Philip. Let me save this one. I'm going to do the console log. I'm going to print the name. So this variable name is same. Initially it was assigned to Ranjan. Then again that Ranjan is being replaced with Philip. So as for now, the variable name is going to have the value as Philip. So let us go and refresh my browser. So when I refresh, you will see initially it was Ranjan, then that Ranjan is replaced with Philip because I have reassigned. This one is allowed in var keyword. In case if I change this keyword to let me save and refresh. I'm sure that you can able to see the syntax error because variable reassigning is not allowed in let as well as in the const. Even I am going to the const. Let me do the const again here. Let me save, let me refresh. Still there is an error. So it's only allowed with a keyword name called var. When you use let and const, variable redeclaration is not allowed. That is the first difference. Then the second difference is this keyword var can have function or global scope, whereas in the let and const they can have only block scope. So what is the difference between function or global scope or a block scope? Let me show you this example. Now I'm going to clear these things as for now. Let me create a function here. Let me say function as a keyword, and then I'm going to use the function name as my fruit. So inside this function, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say var fruit equals mango, right? Again, I'm going to create a block inside. Within this block, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another var with the same variable name called fruit, and then I'm going to assign that one to apple, right? So here I'm going to console log this one, the fruit variable. Then here again at the end, I'm going to console log the fruit variable. As I said, var keyword can have function or global scope. So here this is a function, this is a global variable, this is a block. So when I print this one, I have created the function, yet I have not called this function. So what I'm going to do, let me call this function my fruit. So this is function calling, right? So if you don't know about what is function calling, don't worry, we are going to discuss these things in the future video. As for now, you have to know when you have the function, that function needs to be coded somewhere for us to see the result. So I'm going to my browser here. Let me refresh. You can see apple because this one is an apple. Again here you can see there is an apple because this is a global variable. Once you have reassigned the value for that particular variable, so this fruit variable is going to have apple throughout the program. That's the reason why I said when you use the var as a keyword, the scope is going to be a function or global. In case if you use let or const as a variable, it's going to have a block scope. So let me replace this var with let. Even here I'm going to use with the let. So as I said, let has got the block variable. So what does that mean, block? This block starts here and ends here. So for this variable fruit, apple, the scope will end here. But this variable fruit has got the block starting from here up to here. So what is my output? What is the expected output? It has to print me this apple first, followed by mango. Why mango? Because the scope for this variable fruit is end here, and then the scope for this fruit variable has end here. So that's the reason why I'm saying it has to print apple followed by mango. Let's refresh. As I said, apple and mango, because let variable can have only block scope, whereas a var keyword can have both function and global scope. Even const is just same as let, just going to give us the same result. So let me change this one to const, so it can have a block scope. So for this const, the block scope is here. It is going to print an apple initially. For this console log, the fruit name is mango, so it's going to print a mango. So it's going to be the same, right? As I said, the same result. So that is the second difference. Then there is a last difference, is declaration can be done after the initialization. So what does that mean? Declaration can be done after the initialization. Let me say here, let me just give you the simple example for the easy understanding, right? So let me say name equals Ranjan. This is called initialize the value for the variable, but I have not declared the variable. So here I am going to declare the variable var name. Now let me console log the name. Let me save and refresh. It still is going to print me Ranjan. But in let and const, this thing is not allowed, because you have to declare the variable first before you assign the value. I hope you understood. You have to declare the variable first before you initialize the value for that particular variable. So meaning when I change this one to let, this is going to give me an error, because I have initialized the value for the variable first before I declare. This is wrong. So in this case, if you want to make it right, you have to put this line at first, because you have to declare the variable first before you initialize the value for the variable. So let me save and run. Now it should work, right? Same applies to const. I'm sure that you might be surprised, because I said both let and do is doing the same thing. Then what is the difference? If there is no difference, why do we need to use let and const as a different keyword? Why can't we just stick with one? Of course, there is only one difference between let and const. The only difference is let can be reassigned, whereas in the const you cannot reassign the value. What does that mean? So here let name is equal to Ranjan. This is the initial assignment. I can reassign these values. So when I say name is equals to Philip, now it is going to give me a Philip as a name, isn't it? So you can reassign. But when it comes to the const, this is not allowed, because const is a constant. You cannot change the value once you have assigned. So this is the only difference between const and the let. Otherwise, rest of the things are same. As you can see them here, it is giving me a syntax error. I hope you know the differences between each of these keywords. I hope you find it useful. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe. Thank you.